Happy Wednesday, beautiful people. Y'all know I love nature. I really, really love nature. So I'm outside. And because of this topic, I decided to bring my chair and sit down. Hopefully, this won't be a long one, but if it goes long, it goes long. That's what the universe intended. But I just want to say, kings and queens, people in the same group, if you will, we're all individuals. We're not the same. There is no one person that can definitively speak for a whole group of people. All black people aren't the same. All people of color aren't the same. And I want to make this specific to us black folk. Um, all men aren't the same. All women aren't the same. All kids aren't the same. And I really need to go down the list. All hetero men aren't the same. All gay men aren't the same. All gay people aren't the same. All trans people aren't the same. And so sometimes, especially in this era of social media, we hear these clips which are taken out of context. Or we may hear a whole interview, a whole conversation with someone. And if it fits into our narrative or if it upsets us, we roll with it. But let's be clear. That's that person's experience or that person's story. Because I've seen people tell stories that aren't even theirs. They make stuff up as they go along, or they will tell another person's story and pass it off as if it's theirs. So when they're presented with follow-up questions or whatever, they kind of make it up as they go. So I have to go back to, straight, gay, trans, lesbian, bi, um, queer, um, addicts, drunks, cocaine users, crack users. We're not all the same. People are not all the same. And you hear somebody's story, make that their story. How can I say this? That's that person's view. That's that person's experience, or whatever the case may be. Don't lump everybody into one category. And again, I posted a video. It's interesting because I've been wanting to say this for a while, actually for years. And so my clients have heard this. Some of them have heard this. And it just happened. I found a video yesterday. I came across a video and I shared it yesterday about black liberation. And so there's this thing where we will probably never fully come together until we accept the fact that, first and foremost, and it's that whole thing about intersectionality. The world has been conditioned to be anti-black. Forget racism, was anti-black. Let's be specific. And so until we can come together and put our differences aside and learn that we are more alike, we're all under attack, and learn how to have real conversation with real people. You have people's experiences are their experiences, but let's stop the infighting. Let's stop fighting each other. I'm waving because it's still a little wet out here, and the mosquitoes are out here. So, but anyway, let me get back to my point. I really want us to learn to unlearn all the garbage we've been taught about ourselves, all the misinformation, all the stuff that's been intentionally left out and intentionally changed about who we really are. Not just where we come from, but who we are today. We can be different. We can choose to be different. We can choose to be more loving, more kind, more compassionate, more understanding, more patient with each other. And it starts with you. You have to start with yourself. And this is like people who know me and people who follow me. I'm always putting the focus on myself as far as taking responsibility and accountability for my actions. People do what they do, and it hurts, it's disappointing, it's loving, it's kind. How I respond is the thing that I can control. And so, um, I've been seeing some things. So there are some things I don't really look into because I see the comments and stuff, and it's all negative and dumb and ignorant and just stupid. Because people will see a hashtag, or not even a hashtag, but a headline, or they'll hear a 15-second clip and just go off, and they don't do the research and find out, certain things are said, and if you take that clip, oh yeah, but if you actually listen to the whole conversation and the perspective that it comes from, you'd be like, I get it. um, Whether you agree or not, you have a better understanding instead of going off of this era, this stage of, oh, I don't have to read, I don't have to look, I don't have to do research. I'm just gonna go off of what was said. But I want us to, and again, I'm starting as an army of one. I'm responsible for me. Just to become more patient, compassionate, understanding, loving, kind, and realize our journeys are different, our experiences are different, but the reality is we are on the same page. We're not on the same page. We need to get on the same page because the struggle is real and the fight is against us. It's anti-blackness. It really is. And y'all can, other folk who ain't black can have their dumb opinions, and they're dumb because, again, until you walked in the shoes, until you walked in this skin and realized what, I'll tell my own story. The stuff I've experienced since age 5. Um, yeah, I won't even go into it, but yeah, the things I've experienced since age 5, and even with the brain infection, my memories are still good on those things that have happened to me throughout the course of growing up in Orlando. And I love the people I grew up with, but that whole state of Florida, yeah. Anyway, but it's not just Florida. It's anti-blackness all across. So, but I really want us to take the time and again, we don't all agree. All black men aren't the same. And I say this. I wasn't going to say. Well, I won't even say the name, but there's a certain person who has built a career, well, a part of their career as being some sort of relationship guru, relationship expert. And they're on their third marriage, and they made some real mistakes. And even the way they talk, let's be clear, they talk from a place of niggerdom, of that whole old pimp and player mentality. And all men, and they, when people use the term real men and this and the other, there are some men who were raised a particular way, who respect women, who love women, who ain't trying to get the cookie, or who can be friends with the woman and don't. That is a real thing. All men are not the same, and all real men, again, if you are alive, you're real. So that term is, yeah. But some conversations and some people that people choose to, again, we're gonna put this person out here because they're gonna do our coonery for us, and people will listen to this stuff. But I've seen different, and not just this person. I've seen different people put out different statements and have books and things like that, and it causes more harm than it does good, because it has us becoming more suspicious of each other and looking for stuff that isn't even there. Um, and so I want us to be more vigilant about research and about understanding, about compassion, about love, and realizing that people are people. Our journeys are different, and that's what makes us so freaking unique. We don't all have to be the same. And again, I was guilty of, because I don't behave a certain way. I don't like just me. Folk who, I'm loud. I'm from Florida. I'm loud. Not saying that all Floridians are loud, but I'm loud because I'm from Florida. That's just my thing. But even at that, like if you've ever called me and I've been out in public, I'll text you or answer the phone real quick and say, I'm out in public, I'll call you back. I don't like those loud conversations with other. And growing up, there was a time when I would be in specific, in particular places, and I would go above and beyond to show that, oh, I'm not like them. And that's a part of that whole white supremacy garbage. It just is. I mean, I don't have to behave like them, but I also don't have to go above and beyond to try to separate and this and the other. And that's what I've done. And now I'm just me. I'm showing up as I am, fully in who I am in that moment, and that's what it is. I'll try to be respectful of people at all times. That's my goal. Um, and again, this journey, we have to stop. We have to stop being so hard on ourselves and give ourselves the understanding and the compassion and the forgiveness that we give others. And so I wanted to start with us as individuals in our own journeys, learn how to be more loving and more passionate, more compassionate. And if those people who we associate ourselves with can't get on board, we may have to start finding new people to associate with. Again, the struggle is real, and we need to, I would like for us to be better about understanding each other as a, I mean, whew, as a people. we just the infighting and the misinformation and the miseducation at some point, and there's no better time than now. We've seen, depending on how long you've been alive, we've seen what happens when we come together. Even in the differences when we come together. And I want to say this. I wasn't gonna. Didn't cross my mind until just now. There are a lot of people who are anti-gay, anti-trans, anti-feminine black men. And realistically, if a realistic look at history, in search of history, black gays, black women, black trans folk are the ones who are on the front lines fighting for the rights of everybody. Yet black women, black trans women, black feminine gays are the least respected and least protected. And those are the ones who get on the front line and fight for everybody. They fight for equality, and then they're shunned by their own. And again, we get these sound bites and these religious doctrines and all this other stuff, and it's like, but where's the humanity and where's the realization of, wow? Because a lot of us have sat back in the comfort of passing while the other people were out there doing the fighting, and then we come in and co-opt what they've done and try to change and act like we were the ones doing the work. No, no, no. And not to say that black men and black fathers and black heteros weren't doing the work, but there's a lot of other folk who have gotten out there on the front line first, at the risk of death, jail, being beat, this and other, and we disrespect them so much. So I'm about to get off of this thing, but I hope this makes some sort of sense. And nothing I said is disagreeable. Just bottom line. If you really think, there's some people who won't be offended by whatever. Some people just don't understand. But for those of you who get it, let's start today. Let's start to think of ourselves better than we do. Let's start to treat ourselves better, and that will translate and permeate to everybody that we come in contact with. And again, since this may be a new concept for some, we have to exercise a little bit of patience, because it's not going to happen overnight. But we can start today, and I believe in us. I believe in you. I believe in me. So, and even when you take a misstep, just don't go all the way back. Be like, I'm learning, and let's keep moving forward, trying to be better. Not trying to be better. Let's just move forward at being better. All right, I love you guys for free. Happy Wednesday.